Good morning. How's everyone this morning? We're doing it different today. In the car. We are hunching in the car this morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another episode of See You in the Morning. I am, of course, your host, Cletus Cassidy. I am excited to be here with you all today. This is See You in the Morning. In case you're wondering what that is, it's my horrible idea to get up every morning and give you just a little bit of me. Just to get up in the morning and be like, hey, y'all, get some of this. Roll up in it. That's what I do. And so today it's from in the car because me and the daughter were doing stuff first thing in the morning. I do more before 7 a.m. than I do for the rest of the day. I'll tell you that much. And I tell you, I'll be honest about that. I'll be honest about that. So thanks for being here, man. If this is your first time hearing this, you were about to experience something so cold. If you are a returning guest, if you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. You could have been anywhere in the world, anywhere, but you chose to be here with me, and I appreciate that. So I'll start off by saying today is Wednesday. It's our hunch day. If y'all don't know what, everybody else is out there humping. We're hunching over here. You got to try to at least hunch before lunch. We hunching out here. All right, this is a hunch zone. All right, you can save the humping for somebody else. All right, and that's for kids. Hunching is for adults. But the first thing I do on this show is I speak to everybody. If I ain't sleep with you, I speak with you. So I start off by speaking to the first three people who spoke to me. They win medals, bronze, silver, and gold. Not real medals, but they can have the mental piece of knowing they got a medal. So first up, winning the bronze is Crystal Sex Appeal. Good morning, Crystal. Winning the silver today is the Pride of North Carolina, Courtney Weston Murphy. And winning the gold is Dolores Lewis. I wonder if people be like Dolores. Like they don't notice that there's an O in there. That's Dolores. She rolls by herself. Dolores. Dolores. All right. Also in the building, Crystal Pennell. Good morning. The the the, the sheriff, Wilberta Carter's here. Theo O'Neill. Good morning. Good morning. BB Betty Burnett. Brachelle. That's just a great name. Brachelle is in the building. Eartha's here. Fernita. Lisa Baysmore. The Dolores is hunching on the highway. So that's special. And we'll talk more about that. Wilberta, Marche's in the building. My niece Brianna's here. JD, don't call me Martin Luther the King. Cha and Duh. I'm starting to believe Candace a little nasty. She only turns in on Wednesdays. She only comes in when we talk about hunching or relationships. Cha and Duh. Good morning to you as well. So we hunching in the car today. What? Let me ask you something, and this is just a general statement for all of you guys. Just because it's Wednesday. Wednesday we talk about interpersonal relationships and betwixt two people. Sometimes we talk about how you all, because me as a virgin, I don't get involved in these situations. But sometimes we talk about how you guys, you people, how y'all get your fix in. Sometimes we talk about grown folk situations. Let me ask y'all this: when it comes to your hunching life, what's going on, Keith? Welcome. When it comes to your hunching life, Keith, I'm not asking you specifically or Sheena at all, but I'm just going to ask y'all, good morning. When it comes to your hunching life, what age do you calm down on your hunching? What age is a hunch calm down time? When you were young and you didn't have your own place. When you were young and you didn't have your own living establishment. Good morning, Tiffany. When you were young and you didn't have your own living establishment, you hadn't established your own home. You were still living with your mom, you were on a college campus. Those days I recognized through my research that a lot of people would hunch anywhere. All you got to do is give them air and opportunity, and people would hunch. I remember in college, before they were co-ed dormitories, there were some lucky individuals. There's some lucky individuals that were able to hunch in college. There was some people I wasn't considered attractive in college. I think I would have loved to have been hunching in college. I would have loved to have been hunching in college, but nobody wanted to hunch me. I was not. I was the hunchback of Norfolk State, not the hunchback of Notre Dame. Nope, the hunchback of Norfolk State, meaning I lacked the hunching. Some people will get the hunch in the baseball field. And we didn't have co-ed dormitories. They didn't have a way to do it. But sometimes people's hormones would be so revved up that they would walk over to the baseball field. They walk over to the baseball field and go into the dugout of the baseball field, and they would hunch in the baseball stadium. Man, listen, bats and balls were swinging that had never swung before. Man, those catcher's mitts were available, you know, because they just had to do it. They had to go anywhere. You got anywhere, anytime, any place. Janet Jackson style. Now, as grown-ups, you don't really notice that. I think two grown-ups doing it in a baseball stadium would be frowned upon. What do you do to keep the sexual spice in a relationship? Ladies, if your husband asks for it in a peculiar place, not a peculiar place on your body, but just like in a peculiar place, if y'all is in the Bojangles parking lot and your husband feels a little frisky, will you let him butter your biscuits? When do we stop doing it anyway? Marche says when stuff stops working. Tiffany says, I'm 43 and I don't know. Tiffany said, hey, listen, we in Bojangles parking lot. My significant other's ready. Butter these biscuits. Huh? Wings and thighs everywhere. Trouble says she gonna be doing it. People in nursing homes be figuring it out. Well, see, the nursing home is the same because you ain't got nothing to do. You ain't got nothing but your room and the utility closet. If you want to stick your spoon in some Jello pudding while you in the nursing home, you gonna have to go wherever you can. What keeps the sexual spice in your relationship? And is that different from just keeping the normal spice in your relationship? I was talking to somebody, man, and one of the sayings that I think is hilarious, but it also works in relationships, is that familiarity breeds contempt. I'm fifth in a month and a half, and the drive is on 100. Lisa said it's that drive because women's drives go differently. I think God knew what He was doing. Women's sex drive when they younger, it ain't that high. Men is all revved up. Men stay on go when they younger. Women are like, no. And then as women get older, they get high. And I think God did that on purpose so we didn't overpopulate. Because if both men and women had that same sex drive as youngsters, man, it'd be over. It'd be over. In this world, we wouldn't have enough room for the kids. So they say familiarity breeds content. So one of the things in relationships is everybody gets familiar with each other. How how do you keep the spice in your relationship? What are some tricks of the trade? And some people in here in relationships, what are some tricks of the trade to keep these relationships a little spicy? What about, because let's just say this, if you're in a monogamous relationship and you getting yams, you enjoy the yams, but it's the same yams. I look at people who've been in relationships 20, 25 years. Those are only yams you yamming. These are the only yams that you yamming. How do you how do you keep, you know, let's talk about real yams. There's but so many ways you can eat a potato. I've already souffled it. I made it potato fries. I put butter and cinnamon in them. Like, how do you keep the yams a different way? How do you keep the spice in those yams? Marche said, watch an adult movie and act out the scene. Now, I need you to know, Marche, we can do that, but everybody ain't gonna be Denzel. If I act out a scene from Training Day, it may not be the same as when Denzel did it. King Kong ain't got nothing on me. I mean, I'm gonna act it out, but it may not be the same. Key said, I'm 63. You got to keep each other happy. Buy a pair of panties that vibrate and give your man the remote. And see, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. See, as everybody knows, it's been well documented. We actually got it trademarked. Everyone in the United States knows it, man. It's actually in encyclopedias. As a virgin, um, I haven't been involved in those things. But here's what I think. You got to really know the maturity of you. That's my alarm going off. You really got to know the maturity of your man if you buy a pair of panties that vibrate and the man has the remote. You've got to know the mature. You can't do that. I'm not mature enough for such a situation. I ain't even gonna lie to you. You give me the remote to your panties. I'm only hitting the button at the most inappropriate time. I don't know if you would ever wear them to church, but I'm waiting right till we get to the high praise level. When Kurt Franklin comes in and says, "Let me hear you make some Holy Ghost crazy noise," button push, button push. The key says Halloween every week. Buy your costumes, play cops and robbers. I don't think we can say Indians, cowboys, and Native Americans is what we say. It's Halloween every week. Okay, so here's a question, ladies. And this Denise says she's considering the vibrating panties. Not in church though. Only on a date. And that can't be a group date. See, that's me. I'm not mature enough. It can't be no group date. If we got the vibrating panties, it's got to be a one-on-one date. Because if it's on a group date, again, I'm hitting them at inappropriate times. We sitting around and your girlfriend telling you about how she's coping with her mama just passing. I'm vibrating your panties. There's every time. Role play, they say role play is big. So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question. What goes too far in role play? Ladies, if your man is constantly asking you to be someone else in the bedroom, is that a red flag? Do you start to believe that your man is not attracted to you? Not immediately I thought you gonna wear him at the wedding. And the man be like, I now pronounce you man and wife. And he just be like, she be like, you may now kiss the bride. He be like, no, I got something better. Ha! Marche says no. I'm asking. So if I'm a man, ladies, if your man always asks you to be somebody else, will that give you a sense that he doesn't appreciate you as who you are? So for example, every time y'all get ready to get it in, when you and your man, you and your woman, whoever, y'all start to hunching, they always want you to be somebody else. They always like, hey, could you put on that black blonde wig? Hey, babe, hey, can you be Nurse Betty today? Can you do this instead of you just being who you always are? Would you start to be concerned? Play the role, not the person. Play the role, not the person. I like it. I like it. But I'm just asking, would they ask too much? You can't just come in. If your man always wants you to come to bed as somebody else, he always wants you performing. Does that mean he doesn't like the real you? Marche says, play the role, be his fantasy. Patricia says, if it's the same role every time. Ooh, ooh. So let me ask you this, ladies. This is just a question. Ladies, and I say this because men don't do anything. Men are just men are just men. Men are just men. When it comes to hunching in a relationship, ain't a whole lot of man gonna do. He coming to bed as he is. I mean, he in there. Ladies, do y'all still, once you got them, ladies, once you got them, according to with all my wigs, I'm always a new person. Hilarious. I've seen a lot of pictures of Courtney. I haven't seen the same Courtney in two pictures yet. Just haven't seen it. Ladies, are y'all still doing stuff a little? Are y'all still putting in a little extra effort when it comes to the bedroom, or are y'all now at the point where this yours? Come get it. Do you still is that something that's necessary? Ladies, do y'all still come to bed? How many ladies out there? I mean, you got to put your personal business out there if you don't want to. But how many of y'all still putting on a sexy negligee or setting some mood music? The role play also got to come down to how mature your partner is. Your partner, how you playing something you can't do is crazy. But ladies, do we still do? What age is the cutoff there? How long have you had the yams where you don't even require anything? Where you just taking the yams as they are? I still think you got to still dress the yams up. La Shunda says Alexa is always ready with a playlist. Mood music, yes. Hot oils, but lingerie, it could care less. Most men don't care about it. Hot oils, y'all in there destroying y'all sheets. I guess they biodegradable or something. I guess you can wash the oil off. But the hot oil, like out of oils, let me. So I don't know, Marche. Again, virgin in this region, virgin out here in these streets. When you got the hot oils, because we might be helping somebody today. Little baby and Anthony Hamilton. Oh, okay, I mean, whatever thug passion you into, Shanu Lashonda. Wow. So let me ask about the hot oils, Marche, because we might be helping some people. It's some people, y'all say what you want to. There's a lot of people that's watching and just listening and they taking notes. We about to save some relationships today. On this hunch day, we saving relationships. So let me ask you about the hot oils. How long do we got to boil the oil? Is it something that we do in advance? Do you have an oil boiler? Are we concerned with burns? Is there some kind of safe word? How do we get to the hot oils? Because Teddy P talked about putting hot oil on you, dripping candle wax down your back. How does that work out? Do we get in the room and you be like, hold on, baby, let me heat these oils up. Then you run to the kitchen real quick, beep 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 on the microwave, then go on. Cause see, if that's the case, then I'm never gonna be able to trust I'm gonna never be able to trust my microwave again. Because now if I know that the hot oils come when you put the microwave in, every time I hear the microwave, I'm gonna be ready to get it in. Mood music, toys, oils, and heels. It's heated, not boiled. I don't know how hot the oil gets. I never messed with the oil. I don't know. I stay ashy. No oil. Massages set the mood every time. I ain't gonna lie to you. No man, ladies, let me be honest with you. No man cares enough about you to give you a massage. The massage is for him. The massage is just foreplay. The massage is trying to get to the yam. And that nobody care about the tension in your back. You got back problems, take that muscle relaxer. Do whatever you got to do. If I volunteer to massage you, it's because I'm trying to get yams. I'm trying to get yams. Nobody, man, we ain't here. Ain't none of us been to massage school. And no man even knows what he's doing. We just out here just rubbing on you. We just trying to get to the yams. It's what I don't know, but that's what I've been hearing. That's all it is. You ain't never had no man care enough about you to be like, let me go ahead and massage you, take the tension out your shoulders. How is it that a shoulder rub always ends up on your cheeks? Because men don't care. We don't care about no massage. We don't care about you massaging us. Men ain't gonna never care about massages. I'm telling you right now, lady, every time you try to give a man a massage, from my research, every time you try to give a man a massage, I don't care where the massage starts, he wants it to slide down to his nether region. You're like, man, my neck is killing me. Come massage my neck. You started the neck, you be like right here, a little lower, little lower, little lower to the left. I'm right around front and down some more. There you go. That's right there. But you be like, this ain't even your neck. Yeah, shut up. Massage it. That's what it all comes down to. So I'm listening, I'm watching, I'm hearing people say, and and Denise, you're fine. I can say these things, and I ain't doing nothing but breaking bro code. I'm just telling you what I've heard. And I can't wait to be in all these situations. I'm gonna tell you what, when I lose my virginity, I'm going all the way. I'm losing it all. I'm all in on the virginity loss. I'm telling you that now. I'm all in. I'm all in. Ladies and gentlemen, I know we all have things that are sexually taboo. Everybody has a sexually, this is something that I don't do. Most of it, most of it has to deal with backdoor entry. Most of it has to do with backdoor entry. I've already set a standard in my life that when I do start the to partake of the goodness, it'll always be front door. I'm always front door only. That's the main door. You don't let anybody in your back door. That's my whole thing. So everybody has something that's their sexual no-no. Are you willing, though? Are you willing to go against your no-no for your partner? This your husband. This not somebody you just met. This ain't just a cousin. This ain't, oh, well, I hope you're not doing it with your cousin. It's not just somebody you just met. It ain't just somebody that, I hope that you're the one. This is the one. This is your mate, your soulmate, the one that makes you happy, everything. But y'all you had a hard stop. You was like, you know what? Ain't no meat to cheat. When he says to you, that's the only thing that I've been wanting to do all my life. All I want is this. Some ladies, now listen, fellas, the fellas that are watching, some ladies, some ladies ain't good singers. Some ladies ain't doing no microphone work. If that's something that you expect out of them, they like, no. But for some, that's their fantasy. Are you willing? Are you willing to let go and let God? And it ain't necessarily gotta be your back door. A lot of people is anti-back door. And there's a lot of people who say, listen, you get in this house any way you want to. Front door, back door, through the windows, however you want to. Courtney said, my only limit is adding another person. But if the person you love, I'm talking about this is your heart beats for them, Courtney. It's the person your heart beats for. And he comes to you and says, listen, all I want for my birthday is a big booty girl. I'ma always love you. You all that I love. But my fantasy is you and one other woman. It's a no. Now, from what I understand, women tend to acquiesce in those areas more than men. Fellas, are you willing? Fellas, are you willing to let her cuff you? And that's a one. Ladies and fellas, are you willing to let the cuff fly? Are you willing to let your significant other handcuff you? Where's your trust level? Goodness. Handcuff? Oh. I felt a spirit of SVU right when I said it. I can't do it. If I add another woman, let me add another man. And what if he's like, yeah? What if she wants you and another man? Men are built different. I'm gonna tell you what. I already know it's gonna be. I already know my rule: one penis in the room at a time, whether real or imaginary. But let her. You know. I think men handle that situation a lot differently, man. I think men. I don't think we really built for another man in the room. But if that's her one desire, do I have to do it? That's the one thing that'll make her whole. I mean, whole, not whole. Not that came out the wrong way. Not the one thing that'll make her whole. One thing that'll make her whole. And that's the well, or her whole, but that'll complete her. Fellas, man, my guys be getting quiet on those tough questions. Do you let them in? Do you let them in? Come on in the room. Well, come on. Fellas, do you let that other man in the room? Tough question. Gordon said, I consider it, but most men wouldn't do it. I don't even know what a crop is. What's a crop? Is that little shirts? Crops and whips? I don't know. Are y'all doing, listen, we're gonna have to do a whole show on them letters, S and M. Are y'all willing? James James says she shall be incomplete. She'll just never be completed. Because I'm not letting that guy in. I'm not letting another guy in. She'll just be incomplete. She'll just never. She'll always be missing a little something. Oh, hey man, that's a tough move for a guy. And I never been a woman, so I don't know what women feel. I mean, and as a virgin, I still don't know what women feel like. But I do know men ain't prepared for it. Man, it's no way I'ma stand there. It's just too many variables. It's just too many variables. He whip his meat out, and I'm like, good God, what is that? You finna put all that in her? No, you ain't ready. You ain't ready. What? What? All of that? She ain't never had nothing like that before. I'm, you just sitting there crying. I don't know. And then you gonna do? Then you sit there and watch it. I ain't never seen nobody do that move before. What? How you do? You got both her legs behind one ear. How did you? I don't even know how this is working. No, I can't do it. Men can't do it. Men ain't built for it. Ladies, y'all can let somebody else in. The men ain't doing it. The men can't do it. We can't do it. So we didn't get an answer on handcuffs. We're gonna do a whole show next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, we talking about we talking about are you allowing all the kinky stuff? Are you allowing handcuffs, whips, chains? How do we feel about food in the room? I already found out that oils are a go. But what kind of oils? I can't bring no canola in. Can I just bring some Western? If I don't have no kinky oil in the house, can I just run in there real quick, grab some Crisco? These are the questions I need to know. I gotta understand. I don't know how it works. So we're gonna talk about whips and chains and all those things. There's diamonds and pearls. Huh? Would you rather have a boy or a girl? I mean, would you be a happy boy or a girl? It's gonna be crazy. I don't know, Lee. I don't know what kind of oil to use. This is all for me. I'm letting y'all know now that y'all are helping me for whenever I find a wife. So whenever I find a wife and I finally get to enter into the gates with Thanksgiving, all of this stuff that I'm learning from y'all, I'ma use. See, like peppermint, I'm worried because peppermint kind of burn. What happened if peppermint gets in the front? We'll talk. Oh no, we still on. Oh, we'll talk about it more later. Some Altoids. I don't even know. I will hope my breath would already be fresh before I go into the room. I don't know. We'll talk about it, man. This has been another amazing Wednesday. Remember to share the show, man. Share this episode with your pastor. Let them know. Are there certain jobs that you shouldn't even be thinking kinky? If you found out that your pastor and first lady were super freaks, how would you feel? How would you feel? It's just funny because you just think certain people, you just be like, TD Jakes ain't doing nothing but missionary. He's a pastor. He probably just yell out, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, right before it's. But you find out your pastor's a super freak. Like you happen to go to your pastor's house, you be like, Pastor, you don't mind if I use your bathroom real quick? And they be like, no, go ahead. And then you find that jank all decked out like Adam and Eve. They forgot to put it away. You be like, oh, not my pastor. Not my first lady more than missionary. That the first lady that writes a book called More Than Missionary. MTM, More Than Missionary. She gonna sell out. They gonna sell out. That book is gonna be a bestseller. When the first lady can come in like More Than Missionary, a guide to church sex, huh? A guide to holy hunching. That is gonna sell out. Cause I still think a lot of Christian folk feel like they can't be but so nasty, and I say, nasty it up, degradation. Go for it all. We'll talk about some more of that next week, man. Make sure y'all share the show, man. That's the only way the show can grow, man. I saw a whole lot of new watchers today. So I don't know if it's just because y'all nasty or it's because the word is getting out on the show. But make sure y'all show the show. Big up. This is crazy that I'm gonna switch to this to family friendly experiences. It's a beautiful, beautiful venue in Virginia Beach, Virginia, right on the ocean front on 16th Street. I was there last night. I did a show last night there. That jank was great, fantastic. But it was all mayo. It was a mayo crowd. It was a couple of sprinkles. There's a couple of sprinkles of chocolate chips, but it was mostly mayo. Great time in there. I was in there with a guy named Chris Roop and I got Matt Harden. Matt Harden. So that was great. And it's a great facility, man. I'm gonna actually go back. I'm gonna plan some more shows. It holds about 300 people, so I'm ready to go back and do that. And other than that, man, everybody have a great time. I'm talking about a great time today. Enjoy your day. My daughter's getting ready to go to work. I don't know what her life is right now. I don't understand her outfit. She's got on tights and a sweater. My daughter's become an old woman right before our eyes. She always complains about it being a little chilly in work. And she's really become already.
I need to get a pair of socks.
A full fledged. Okay. Oh, the other one's right there. It fell in the door.
I need to get a pair of socks.
Okay. She forgot her socks. I don't know what's happening to her. I don't know how she's become an old lady at such a young age. She's like, let me put on these sweats, a crop top. Oh, and a sweater. Because it gets cold in there. These are my children. I mean, and I love them. Doesn't make them any less weird. I got to remember 23 of their chromosomes belong to their mama. All right, I'm out, man. Y'all have a fantastic day on purpose, man. All right, I'll see y'all on the flip side.